Okay, how's everybody doing today? My name is Basil, and welcome to the channel at Habibi Ventures. Today, I want to talk about. Yesterday, I made a video actually about just the journey of like how you can go ahead and start and create a startup. Today, I want to talk about specifically what I'm building and what phase we're at, moving forward. How do we, establish the brand and all those different things. So, to jump right into it, I am currently building a marketplace called Sendit Markets, and it is a digital non KYC e-commerce platform where you can buy and sell digital products, services, and communities. So you can sell software, courses, info products, how-to guides, as well as access to your trading community or any type of private community, whether it's on Discord or Telegram. So you can easily just plug it in and sell subscription access to it, all in one single platform. Now, why I'm building it is just because right now in the e-commerce or specifically in the Web3 space, there isn't one single market for absolutely everything that is Web3 related in one marketplace, right? Where people can transact and earn from selling their products in stables. And so this is what we bring. To keep it short, there are obviously other USPs for the reason why we're doing this. No geo restrictions, lower platform fees, better distribution with our features, multiple plethora of other reasons why. But just to keep it short, now where we're at in the stage of my startup, I have the idea. We've actually submitted the idea to a hackathon and we've won first place for the best consumer app in this Zion Believeathon. So that was cool. That was last week. I have a team. We're 5 people. And the other thing is, I have about 180 plus creators on this wait list that want to use the product, which is exciting to know. The other thing is, I will talk about and touch upon how I went about everything. And we're at the MVP stage. So we're at the MVP stage. We have this DevNet, what we call, and it's essentially like it's a public test net, which is where people can go and they can see it, they can play around with it. It's not perfect, but improvements are being made in the background right now with the team. Mostly UI UX fixes for what we're building, just because on the infrastructure layer for Sendit Markets, it's pretty quite simple. All the things that we have that's on chain are pretty much just 3 things, and that's the reputation of the seller, the payment, and then also the ability to mint the copyright of the products on chain. But that's really it. So it's simple. Why there is a lot of work on the front end is just because we have 3 different types of users on our platform. The sellers, the buyers, and the affiliates. So they each need to have their own interface. They each need to have their own experience. They each need to have absolutely everything, right? And it's different than building a regular Web3 product, which is most of the time, if it was a DeFi product, it's a lot more on the back end rather on the front end. On the front end, it's mostly just 4 pages, and it's deposit, withdraw, earn, claim, and those are usually it. But let's just get into where we are today. So I said that we're in the MVP phase. We are set to try to launch our product in the end of this month, and we will first be launching on Solana as well as Zion blockchain. Um, so where I see this going is we are trying to get more. What I want to do now is I really want to get the community involved more. Excuse me, I feel like I need to sneeze. All right, so what do I mean? I really truly want to build a product that's going to involve people who are actually bullish and excited about using this product. So now we have in our Telegram group about 160 plus creators, individuals, followers, sellers that want to, participate, enthusiasts. And so I kind of want to go ahead and start involving them more, even having a touch on the platform. I'm thinking to do that. In this way, it makes it more personal for the creators, right? This is basically a creators owned marketplace. So in a way that they can feel like they have a part and piece in this. And just like little aspects of it, right? Whether it's like the homepage banner, just make suggestions or campaigns for them to incentivize creating home banners, a home banner for the page, and just see what kind of results we'd get. Some people really go out of their way to make some effort. Um, so just like really engaging types of activations to involve the community and keep them interested, all while setting up to launch in the next 3-4 weeks. Now, obviously, when we go launch, this Amazon of Web3 is going to initially be empty. And then I think there's going to be like a phase of like of the first month where we're just going to have users just uploading and listing their products. Of course, they'll be able to access and sell access to it directly with once their products are live. But yeah, I have to initially go to the market and get all of the creators to finally submit their listings. And there's multiple ways that I try to think of, like, how can I reduce this barrier, right? Or how can I like create a path of least resistance for them? And one of the ways could be using AI product listing imports. So we can implement essentially an AI that all they would need is the product listing that they previously have or they existingly have on a different platform, and all they would have to do is just plug it in, and then it can recall the title, the images, all those different things, and then it can basically duplicate it through our listing forms, reducing the friction for the seller when going ahead and creating their products to list. Those are one of the ways. I think like it's most important when you're trying to build a product is you want to think of how can you increase conversions but reduce friction at the same time, right? The other thing is, obviously, I think there's going to be a lot of trading communities that are going to want to sell their access to this, whether it's an alpha call group on Discord or Telegram. And I do see it initially being heavily mostly Web3, but it is also very like nerve wracking to think that this is going to go live and you're just like, is anybody going to use it? Like, what things do you need to do to prepare to get it all ready? I can definitely say that I'm doing what I know I can on my part to try to, bring awareness and already accumulate an amount of creators beforehand before I go public. And that's what we are planning to do, obviously, and that's what we are been pushing on. I've hired also 2 individual sales on the team to acquire more creators from other traditional e-commerce platforms. So yeah, but the idea of it, it's like when you're building a startup, is that you are always going to try to prepare as much as you can until that moment that it comes. And it's just up until to that moment you don't really know 100% what's going to happen, and you want to reduce that variability of the unknown as much as possible, but it will always be there, right? And so what we have here, I'm just showing you slightly in the background, like what kind of experience a user can expect from using our product. So if you're someone who's a creator, a builder, if you're someone who sells access to you, if you have a trading community and you want to also sell it on our platform, think of it as another market that you can get exposure for. The other thing is like, I think a lot of creators' concerns is always going to be like, oh, well, how are you going to get users on there? Because we're partnering up with certain blockchains, we do have some backing from their community, which is around 50,000 plus. So we have the access to push incentivized individuals, so we can incentivize individuals to basically come and visit the website and then browse products. So at that point, it's going to come down to the specific product that's in the market to see whether it's converting enough or it has enough appetite for the customer to want to be interested to buy that thing, right? Besides that, already established creators that have a community, will individually be bringing their own communities to be buying their products and services. But what we will see is like cross-pollination across different communities, and as the platform becomes more relevant for exactly what it is, it's going to be a snowball effect, and that's really what we hope to do. I do hope in the fact that by targeting a specific type of niche, slowly expanding from that and bringing on more users to come and use the platform. Um, but all of this stuff it's exciting at the same time as yeah, it's stressful, and it's I guess just like understanding that why, and the why of why I'm doing this is what keeps me motivated, and for who, right? I mean, the team is really excited, and that makes me excited. And seeing the community excited makes me excited and wants me to keep pushing. It's those little things and those little wins. So just stacking up those little wins that probably won't seem like wins to others outside. Um, do take those as wins, and those do motivate you even on those days where you're just kind of like confused on whether you want to continue or not. um, I've had to come and learn this, and usually someone who used to come from like a world where if I don't see results in the same day monetarily in terms of like if I'm selling something, I would usually be, I would usually just I would just usually want to like change it immediately, right? So I think those are just things that I've learned as becoming a, I don't want to say founder in the startup world, but just building a startup. That's what you find, and that's what you learn, is being able to pivot and adapt very quickly. Um, and you're going to go through 50 freaking emotions while building, and it's just going through it all. And it's just like, just knowing that whatever it is that you're going through, it's totally normal, right? And at the end, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So, yep. Cheers, guys.